Hey y'all, Ron and Joanne. How you doing? I know you've seen this stuff before, but I am still so amazed this small little system that I constructed has really helped to keep our light bill. And we try to be a little disciplined on how much we use, but it's managed to keep it at or under $100 a month. Is that something? Even during the winter time, we try not to use the main HVAC, and I did use a lot more kerosene. But this system here, it's not hooked up for my home heating, just for general electric use. You know, stuff in my office, in the living room, any lights or TV. And there's Lily. But that little wind collector, that does, it doesn't. Now if we could really, it's spinning really good now. Looks like it's slow on camera, but if we was like on the edge of a cliff, that thing would be spinning all the time, and it could put out about 500 watts. But what little bit it helps to keep the batteries charged. I had a little issue a couple days ago that my charge was not like where it's supposed to be this early in the morning, and everything's a little dirty over here. But that top plug there comes in from these panels, and I had a wire pulled out, so I had to splice into it and fix it, and everything's back up to 100%. So wee-hee! But very pleased. It's kind of simple construction, but that's the way I like my life. I like it simple and works, and that has helped our bill. Well, for our spring and summer enjoyment, I did kind of rafter up the top. I wanted corrugated roof panels, but when you need them like 12 feet long, and it's just the money on the budget that we really didn't have. Only thing we could afford was tarps, and they're like 10 by 10. So from one side is one tarp, and it goes, actually I've got it tacked onto this board, and then the other one I've got it overlap tacked onto that. I did have to go and spray some Flex Seal and stuff on top of the boards because I had the plastic secured, and it is bringing little leaks. And then I had to get me some little rope and run it on the sides because it was collecting water, and that keeps the water. I didn't have no issues here. That keeps the water on my bad spots from accumulating. Got my plants I got to let's see if I can do this with one hand without everything breaking. Let them get some sunlight. I can't wait to start planting a lot of that stuff. Got some bell pepper over there and some cucumber. Unfortunately, I left them out in the sun a little bit too long, and their leaves got a little scalded, but they'll survive. They'll grow new leaves. And a few other things I gotta get planted. But everything's a little strode in here. Mocha likes to come in here and lay down now. And I used to have a gate right over there, and I took it down. It looks a lot better with it opened up, as long as Big Boy behaves and doesn't start digging around. Sometimes he may shift some of the gravel, so I just use my rake to level it out. But the areas that he was really shifting a lot, I just thought, well, let me just throw some mats down for right now. And it works. But this is our little world. This is what God's still providing for us. If you notice, in those flower beds, that one and that one, oop, that one right there, onions, ball onions. If we get some balls that are reasonable size, I may, keep them and dry them out a little bit. But I'm mainly after the green shoots. And what I do when they get as tall as they can, I'll cut them in 1-inch lengths and I'll dehydrate them. And then I'll put them in jars. They last a whole lot longer than the onion ball. And to get that flavor of onion, I'll just, whatever mixture I'm cooking up, I'll just get a small little handful and just crumble them up and put it in. Gives a good onion flavor. So that is actually already growing. Nothing else is growing in there yet. Can't wait though. Like I said, I'm very pleased with my little solar array. I'll get that out in a minute. That has really helped on our light bill. Small system. And like I said, that other panel there, that goes to another battery bank that I've got indoors, and that's for emergency ham radios and stuff. Keeps it going. A few antennas I got. Our little world that God's blessed us with. It's not much for some people, but it's what He's given us, and I'm happy with it. When we was getting a lot of these super major rains about a couple months back, the whole place was just one mud pit. I had to section it off, but the grass is finally growing and it's looking green and pretty. Everything's looking green and pretty. I'm happy. I've been mowed my yard 3 times now. Everybody else is starting to get on board with the first time. But y'all have a blessed day. Just want to let y'all know that we're making it. God's keeping us alive and giving us enough just to sustain us. So hopefully one day we can hear that shout and He says, come home. I'm ready to go, folks. This world's getting too wonky for me. Getting weird. Y'all have a blessed day. Joanne and I, we say bye. See ya.